Hey, everybody, it's the Coach, and this is Monday Sports. Coming up, no Andrew Luck, so we'll see Jacoby and the New Orleans Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the call from New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. Charles, good matchup here. A couple of playoff teams from a season ago.
And just think about how the NFL works, partner. 8 teams that made the playoffs the year before didn't make it last season. So there's always going to be parity in this league, and guys have to be ready to go. Just because you made it the year before doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get back again.
Now the elder statesman of the NFL, Adam Vinatieri, set to get out to the 25-yard line. The veteran Drew Brees leading out the New Orleans Saints, who now sit at 10-3 following that loss to San Francisco 48-46 in Week 14. You saw it in person. Drew Brees, 5 touchdown passes. He was really, really good.
He was, and against a ferocious pass rush, because San Francisco came into the game with 45 sacks on the year, #1 in the league. Drew Brees doesn't go down at all in terms of sacks. He got hit a few times along the way. But remember this, Lamar Jackson is kind of the gold standard for movement in a quarterback right now because he can take off and run so well. Drew Brees is not going to do that, but he'll give you a clinic on footwork inside the pocket in order to get the ball off downfield.
He also had a rushing touchdown, and he becomes just the 4th quarterback in the Super Bowl era with 5 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown in the same game.
Yeah, that rushing touchdown was the patented Drew Brees leap at the goal line to get another score for the Saints.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
All day, dog.
To throw, it's Brees. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
His 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn, still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
Yellow lady, I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
At 11 now. Brees. This is caught by Ginn. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 37. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The sack by Marcus Hunt. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Football going back to the Indianapolis Colts here. Charles, what has happened with Indianapolis? Now it's a 3-game losing streak. They're at 6-7. Week 14. Losing to Tampa Bay. Really, I guess the problem has come in the second half. I mean, they have struggled in the second half in this 3-game losing streak.
Hard to believe, isn't it? Because they've blown a lead in the second half in 3 straight games, and they failed to score a single fourth-quarter point in those 3 losses. That doesn't seem possible. I know Jacoby Brissett's knee injury set them back a little bit. Adam Vinatieri's had a really rough season as a kicker. He's now going to have season-ending knee surgery, it appears. I don't know if we've seen his last kick in the NFL, but I still believe he's going to go into the Hall of Fame, maybe even as a first-ballot guy. So the Colts now head to New Orleans for a Monday night matchup with the Saints. That should be a huge game. If the Colts have any designs of getting into the playoffs, they absolutely have to win out because then they're home against the Panthers, and then they go to Jacksonville in the season finale.
And in that AFC South, they're looking up at Houston and Tennessee. A first down throw for Brissett. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's got this down to the 35. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Ready. 47's the mic. Let's go, dude.
Incomplete. He was trying to find Mo Alley Cox, his tight end. And that'll make it 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Now Brissett. And Pascal's got it. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of 2 there. Second down. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On second down now, it's Mack. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Throwing, Brissett. They'll run the screen with Mack. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback, because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting him the way he's booting him, keep going, big guy.
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
As the Saints come back out here for their next drive, CD, want to revisit what we were discussing earlier, their defeat against San Fran in Week 14. So, as I said, look, we know that they've clinched the NFC South, but that loss drops them down to the 3rd seed, at least for the moment. You know, there's always so much talk about getting the top 2 spots in that first weekend off, and obviously that's important, but is that overblown? I mean, how important is it that New Orleans has one of the top 2 seeds going into the playoffs?
Well, I think it's important for New Orleans because when you look at their past playoff record, they are 1-7 on the road. Okay, at home, I believe they're 7-4. They don't have a huge, rich playoff history because remember, for all those years of being the Aints, they weren't very good. But now in this current iteration of this team, having home field is big. Drew Brees playing in a dome. But if they go on the road and conditions are benign, I think that that'll be okay for them. The tough part would be having to go to a place like Green Bay, which is difficult on anyone.
Well, they're finished down the stretch here in the regular season. They're home against Indy, at Tennessee, and then at Carolina. So, look, it's not an easy schedule, but it's not the toughest of schedules.
No, not at all. And they've got a great shot. And as long as they're playing in a dome, you might want to ride with Drew Brees. I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say
Brees able to find the veteran Ginn, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 19 yards that time for number 19.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Yellow lady. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers. In the last 2 years in Oakland, now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now Brees again. Ginn has it complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 19 yards away, and the Saints have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Will Lutz on for the point after. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
First down, Brissett. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they get him down. First down.
First down, Indianapolis.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll run on first down. Mack. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.